Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Long Con.
Oh, God.
Long Con.
The most civilized podcast on the internet today. Today, we have Jack. Jack, you want to...
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
nice
he's
to
back.
see y'all again.
I know there's no...
You ripped ass.
Yeah, I did not do that.
You
I
easily
did
did.
not do that. Somebody did.
Someone ripped ass. Holy fuck.
Chris,
you asshole.
You let,
Oh
you let
my
them,
God.
You let them blame me for
Holy
a whole 30
shit.
seconds.
Dude, that is the
Before you took
definition
ownership?
of silent but deadly.
Oh,
Holy
man.
crap.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Well, I know it's not in 4D right now, but if you
Oh
can
my
imagine
God.
what World War I
The
was like,
smell lingers.
just that right now. It's
It's
awful.
gone. It's gone. It made its rounds around the
Oh.
table.
They banned that shit at Geneva, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
We were at ground zero for that Hiroshima right there.
So yeah,
Chemical
we're back
warfare.
with Jackie
Oh,
Boy
God.
today. You know, he's gonna be another one of our guests. And
What's wrong with you?
I just wanted to see your reactions. I just thought it would be,
There's other things I'd react better to, my
because
dude.
it wafted around me first, and I was like, "Oh, this is a bad one." And then Jack went
Holy shit.
over his nose,
Yeah,
and I was
Because
like,
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I thought he ripped one because it's always been.
No.
I was like trying to introduce him, and he's got his like gas mask on. And
Yeah.
I was like, "What is going on?"
Alright,
anyways,
so it's the long con. It's me, Lysander, Chris, and Peter, and we have Jack here again.
introduce yourself.
I did. I said I'm back. I'm
Oh.
back, guys. Nice to see y'all again. My name is still Jack. And it's good to
It
be here.
changed to John.
Oh,
People ask me that all the time, if Jack's my real name. Yeah, it's just Jack. It's not Jackson.
What's
or
it short
John.
for?
It's short for Jack. Lysander.
For jacking
Jackson.
off.
Wait, what's the other?
That's not short.
That's
long.
What's it short for is what I asked.
Oh.
Dumbass.
Depends on the context of the sentence.
Anyway, we have Lysander here, who is from Kansas. So
And the
we are
Chiefs
filming
just
this.
won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're filming
Hell
this a
yeah.
day after the Super Bowl. Congratulations, buddy.
It was a fucking roller coaster that day.
Yeah, yeah. I was
How
gonna
do you
say.
feel?
I was so relieved when they won.
I was
Yeah,
watching
no, he
you
was
on the
straight
couch
up
when they're,
They looked like they were gonna lose many times.
when they were struggling.
Yeah.
You looked really stressed, Alexander.
I
Yeah.
was.
Had like your hands on your head, like panting.
You saw the
looking at
plays.
TV. I
Yeah,
did.
no.
Yeah,
That
some of
was
the plays
awesome.
were
Some
really
of the plays were
bad.
ass.
When they were running
Fuck.
it,
It was a lot of screaming at the television at our Super Bowl party.
It was
whoever
fantastic.
screamed was like fucking stupid, you know? Who fucking screamed at a Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
who fucking screamed at a
I
Super
don't know.
Bowl
Who
party?
would-
Fucking
who would do
Alexander.
that?
Alright, anyways,
It was my house.
It was
apartment,
reasonable. It was the Super Bowl.
Whore.
It's okay.
Fight me. Pussy.
We all may have been
Oh,
screaming
come
at the TV during the game, but during the halftime show, we were all very happy.
Why is that, Peter?
Well,
Yeah, why
Tell,
is it?
tell
yeah,
Emma
Please
why
tell
you were
us,
happy.
lady.
Tell your
detail.
girlfriend why you were so happy.
I'm sure she already knows because I'm sure the girls told her yesterday. But
You
Shakira
hope
was on the
so.
halftime show, and she's a very beautiful woman. And we were all talking about it while she was on the halftime show.
Honestly, I remember, I don't know what you guys, I remember Peter just staring and drooling.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I had a
Yeah.
deer.
He paid more attention to the halftime show than the rest of the game.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true.
No.
Why'd you hesitate?
Yeah.
Why'd you hesitate?
Think about it.
I was
No.
concentrating in a very different
What
way.
did I actually
but
do, and what am I going to admit to doing?
is that your process every time you lie, Jack? Did I do it? I think I did.
Will I admit it?
No.
And then Jack's just like, no. Like, just like, a real, not sure.
Depends what I did, but yes, that's my process.
Damn.
Jesus.
All right, fuck.
What a psycho. Oh my god, okay.
So yeah.
Speaking
Ted
of
Bundy.
psychos, all right.
What, Ted
This-
Bundy?
No, not. Why would I bring up Ted Bundy?
I don't know, psycho.
No, okay. So I was
Alright.
walking back from pho, like on Broad, right? I'm just walking my pho, like excited to go eat it because you know it's pho, it's fucking delicious. And a guy walks out that building with the cozy in it. I don't know what it's called.
Leah Cor-
Oh.
That's not Leah Chorus. That's the one before it, isn't it?
No.
No, it's on Broad.
Yeah, no, it's not Leah Chorus, but it's the other one.
Yeah, it's the other one. Yeah.
It's like another
Okay. Alright,
auditorium.
anyways, I know where that is.
So a guy walks out of there with a wet floor sign, and he's walking super slowly. I'm like, okay, another Philly crackhead. This one found a wet floor sign. That's fine. He goes, he goes by, you know, like the metal black fence.
Yeah.
That goes like
Yeah.
hip high, whatever you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and that. He puts it down next to that fence, this is like on Wednesday too, so it's like a dry day, super sunny day, like
Yeah.
super nice. He puts it down, stares at it, and like he looked like he was proud of it, and then walked away.
What?
And I'm like,
Was it wet?
no.
No.
I'm like, sir, it's not wet. And where did you get that sign? Also, can I take that sign?
Oh my god.
What are you gonna do with it?
Put it in my room.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It's always wet in there.
Yeah, he masturbates.
No,
Anyways,
wow.
Did have you guys ever like stolen something like that?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So at the
street
dining
signs.
hall, I stole a napkin dispenser.
Yep. Just
I sat.
straight up took
I
a napkin.
sat in the back, cause it's like a super. It's like
Yeah,
deep. Yeah,
super
J&H is
deep.
super deep. I sat in the back behind a pole. I ate. My back poke was like open like this, just open. I was eating. I look around. I grab the napkin dispenser. I put it in there.
Why?
I walk out. Why not?
Souvenir.
Why not?
No, no.
You need a napkin dispenser.
Dude, I've stolen so many cups and like silverware from there. Like I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Are you
It's-
sure?
Don't
you
you
should be
remember?
admitting to this?
No proof. What do you
Where's the
mean?
proof?
I don't have them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know where that napkin
I'm
dispenser
just
is.
picturing
Even if I took
sitting
it.
in the dining hall, glancing over to the back, and watching someone, Lysander, even just slowly sliding a napkin dispenser into
my
their
God.
bag.
I just remembered. Last year in J&H, I was sitting with my friend Donovan, and there was a guy next to us, and he was definitely homeless, and he was just sitting there, and he had 10 cups in front of him, and they were all filled to the brim with milk, and he had one cookie. And he would dip the cookie in one milk, eat it, and then like go on to the next one, and he
What the
just
fuck?
kept doing it until the cookie was done, and then chugged all the milk.
Oh my god, it's a lot of milk.
Dude, you
That's a
gotta
lot of
dip
milk.
your cookie into fresh milk.
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say it must be like
every
a
bite.
fresh milk thing.
Yeah, I
You
know,
don't
but it
need
was
no
just
soggy
weird to
cookie
like
crumbs.
the
The fuck
juxtaposition,
you
like
doing, man?
one
Back
cookie
onto
and
the
10
cookie.
things of milk.
Oh,
No, you dip it and then like after you when you drink it you get cookie milk like it's
Cookie
delicious.
milk.
Yeah, cookie milk. What
Yeah.
else? What else
Cookie
do you call it?
Monster. It was the most intriguing thing I've ever seen in a dining hall, though.
that's so odd.
Me and him were just like, oh,
No.
he's on the third cup.
You remember at the dining hall? I don't know. It was like really early last year. I saw that kid and I pointed him out, and he literally got on the table and just
Oh, you know,
T-posed.
there was just some kid, and he was just
He literally stood up
T-posing.
on the table and just
T-posed.
T-posed.
Why?
And he was like looking down at someone.
For no reason?
And Alexander looks at me. This is
lost
like
one
the
of the
first
eyes.
couple times I've seen Alexander too.
No.
He's just like, it's an act of dominance. And he's just like T-posing over this kid who's sitting there eating his fucking lunch.
It's an act of dominance.
He stood up on
Dude,
the table.
it's his
That's
mating
so weird.
call.
Oh yeah.
He's making himself available.
He's like, I am single.
Making sure everyone
No,
knows.
what that said is, I am a
I'm-
freshman.
That's a fact.
That's literally what that
That's
said.
fact.
I lost one of the odds.
Back to the question. I meant like, don't get me wrong, like, the napkin dispenser works.
Oh, you meant like actually steal stuff?
like public stuff.
No, I've never stolen anything.
Me and my dad, one time, we
Oh.
stole a bunch of cones. Like, safety cones. They were, like, on the road, right? We're, like, on the highway, and I'm just kind of, like, chilling in the car. I was, like, kind of young. And I was like, Dad, what are you pulling over for? He's like, free cones. I was like,
Oh my god,
I was like,
that was the
no
best
way.
dad thing to say.
I was like, what the fuck?
you
And he's
kidding
like,
me?
get out of the car. And I got out of his truck, and we gripped as many cones as possible. You know, Jack's been to my house.
Yeah.
You know, those cones we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Uh-huh.
are those. Yeah, we stole those. On the side of the road.
what dad just
Was this
says
a
that?
busy highway? Like,
dad
did
would.
people watch
I had
you
no
My dad
idea.
would.
perform this act of
I mean,
theft?
it wasn't busy. It was just like normal highway.
So, actually, you brought up cones, and that brings up a story for me. So, my friends back home, they stole like a giant traffic cone, right?
Okay.
And one day, I'm like, I don't know what happened, like where I was, but I was going back home, and I see a cone on my front door. I'm like, okay. So I put that in my trunk. And then we have like this entire time, we just pass this cone around now. So he put it on my front door. So I drive to my friend Chris's house, and I put it in his driveway.
Oh my God.
And his parents are like, what the fuck's a cone doing here? And Chris is like, you bitch, why'd you put it in the driveway? And then he put it in somewhere else's house. And then it got back to my house again. So then I put it back on Chris's house, but I put it on the sidewalk this time so his parents wouldn't get mad.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
That's really hilarious.
Yeah, we just kept passing the cone. And then
Dude,
it stuck with our our friend Brian, and we never saw that cone again.
Oh.
Because he didn't fucking continue it. He just ended it.
Oh, that sucks.
No, he wanted the cone
That's
for
a
himself.
shame.
Selfish.
He's into weird things.
He's in-
Anyways,
Selfish.
cone things. Yeah.
Cone
Yeah.
thing.
You know,
I
cone
think
things.
cone fetishes,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
One time on mischief night in high school, at some point, we thought we were cool. We didn't steal anything, but we went through my friend Pierce's neighborhood and switched around all of the street signs we could find, so that every street was named something other than what it actually was.
Oh my
That's
god.
now-
great.
Anybody coming through there with the GPS trying to find somewhere is gonna be, it's just not gonna work for
Dude,
that.
what? I
It
was
was
not there
hilarious.
for that. That's hilarious.
For the longest time, they never fixed it either.
Here's the thing, though. When I use my GPS, I don't really look at the streets. I just trust my phone. Like, it's not going to be wrong.
Well, if there's like a couple turns there, and
Yeah.
you gotta make one of them, you gotta look at the street name, and then you read the sign. That's why they're
guess.
there.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
do. I'm just
that's-
I've never had that problem, like, where it's like a couple turns.
You've
and then,
never like accidentally taken a
I've never
turn
taken
too
a turn.
early, or
He lives in Kansas.
that's true.
Yeah,
There's
it's pretty open.
What's it?
one turn every 10 miles.
No, alright, fuck off. I
It's
live in
hard
the
to
suburbs.
mess
I
that
live in the
up.
suburbs, asshole.
Pancake suburbs. Anyway.
Kill you.
I was gonna say, I think it was your dad that told us about the tree bending. Was that?
Oh yeah,
Tell
tree
him-
bending.
Tell him
Tree.
about tree
Okay, so if you've never gone tree bending, it's a lot of fun.
Sorry, a
Sorry,
light bulb just burned down. I was
That
just
was
staring
weird.
at it.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
lot of fun. What you gotta do, my uncle invented this. You gotta go anywhere. You can go to like shopping centers, people's yards, preferably in the woods if you don't want to get arrested. You find a tree that's
really
like
funny.
yay big around, maybe like 5 inches for the people that can't see the size that I'm making with my
Radius
hands.
or diameter?
Diameter.
Okay, thank you.
diameter.
Yeah,
you
thank you.
climb to the top of the tree, and then you swing your legs out and let it slowly place you back down on the ground. And you let go of it, and it snaps back up straight.
That seems like the dumbest idea
Yeah,
ever.
but
It
I
is
would
so
definitely
much fun.
try
I
it.
definitely
Because I
do
would
it,
definitely
though.
try it.
It's really thrilling because you don't know if the tree's gonna set you down gently or if the tree's just gonna fucking snap.
No, bro. Remember, we did this. It was
Oh, my leg's broken.
My leg's broken.
we were at.
I
This was
guess I
with
picked
Mason.
the wrong tree.
We were just out and about. I think we were like walking to Wawa at like super late at night, and
Yeah.
Mason did the tree bending.
Did he really?
But he like got on. It was like a really tiny pine tree.
Yeah.
So he like climbed up to the top and was like bent it back, and like let go, but it didn't go anywhere. So the
stayed
tree,
that way?
the tree was like bent like kind of halfway, and I remember because I drove you home the next day, and we saw it on the way back, and it was still
Did
bent.
you take a picture of it?
No, I wish I fucking
What the
did.
fuck?
Yeah, you can't because
Oh, he
if you pick
fucked
a
the tree
dead
up.
tree, even a tree that you don't know whether it's dead or not. Sometimes it dies, but there's still leaves on it.
Yeah.
Then it just snaps. It doesn't do it the whole
It's
bending
Russian
thing.
roulette with trees.
But that's what my uncle told me that he did it at his high school. They like just planted a whole bunch of pine trees in the parking lot. They were all nice and stuff and whatever. So him and his bunch of his friends went and tree bent every single one, like 20 trees. And since they were all just planted, they didn't just bend. The whole tree like uprooted. And they were just
Oh,
laying down to the side.
That's awful.
That's terrible, dude.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. I've never actually done that, but I would definitely try it.
It's fun. It's fun.
Okay, I have a question. And this was brought up when we were at Emma's house playing that game.
Uh-huh.
When that card said, have you ever been like chased by the cops or run away from the cops?
Uh-huh.
Have any of you had?
I have.
No.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, I'll tell my story because it's kind of weird.
Do it.
So, this was, I want to say 6th grade. There was this elementary school, and we were hanging out, we were sleeping over at a friend's house who like lived in the same neighborhood as the elementary school.
Mhm.
And we were dumbasses, and it's like 11:30, almost midnight. We're like, guys, let's go to the playground. We go to the playground. Everything's fine for like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're a bunch of dumbass kids in like 6th grade. We see a car pull in to the fucking parking lot. We freak out because there was nothing there, and then a car just pulls in.
Yeah.
And a guy gets out. We start booking it to the fucking woods. And then we
Yeah.
only right. That's the
sensible
logical thing to
thing to
do when you're fucking in a playground at 6.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, no, I'd be like pedophile. I'm out, dog. I'm
You're
out.
being smart. You're being
But
smart.
one of my friends, who was like probably the slowest, because he saw that it was a cop, so he's yelling at us, guys, it's a cop, stop running. So
Why?
I don't know why we stopped running. That's a good question, but it doesn't end badly. So we're all sitting on the curb after we found out it's a cop, but they never got any of our names
Oh.
at all.
Okay.
They never even asked. And then my friend Luke's mom had to be woken up and drove to the fucking elementary school and just saw the 7 of us.
Oh my
sitting on the
God.
Oh my god.
That's brutal, bro.
And I think she was like half asleep because like she wasn't yelling, she didn't look mad, she had the face of like these dumbasses.
Yeah, no, that would be me though. I'd be like, you fucking idiots. You really had to play in a
And-
park at midnight?
And when my parents heard of it, I go, Mom, Dad, didn't get my name. They're like, oh, you're good.
Alright,
Oh,
you're
God.
good. You're fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
You were in like 6th grade.
I
They're
was in
not gonna.
6th grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one's gonna be
do
on you for
anything.
that.
They're not
Not
gonna
gonna
put it
do
on
shit.
your record.
Oh no, we were on a playground. Oh shit.
Oh.
That is some shit that you would get like arrested for. Like that's some Lysander running from the cop story for sure. I was at a playground at
Applying
midnight
for
when I
a
was in
job.
6th grade.
Sir, do you have a criminal record that we should know about? Well,
One time.
My only crime was wanting the swings at midnight.
That's all I wanted, man. That's all I wanted. So what about your guys' stories?
Do you want to go first?
well, I've never been chased by the cops, but I have a lot of near misses.
Well, you
you
wanna
were
tell-
at one of them.
No, you want to tell the one where I was driving?
Yeah, I think you should
Well-
tell that one.
Oh,
Alright.
I got another
yeah.
one to tell after
Oh, no,
that.
tell the
this
one about
morning.
Isaiah too. Well, the one where he pulled in.
Oh my
That's
god!
another great one.
All right.
All right, so first off,
Yeah.
this is a day before senior week, and me, Jack, and I think it was just us. So driving
Yep.
down.
Isaiah was there too.
Isaiah was in the car with us too, my other friend, and we had just got all the booze for senior week. We were responsible for the most of it in our house, and my car has it's got like a normal trunk, and then we put like this pad over it, and there's like a place for a tire.
Sorry,
But-
Lon, is it the Prius?
This is the Prius. Yeah, this is the Prius.
Just to clarify,
Yes.
Just to clarify, I
Peter
do
drives
drive
a fucking
does in
Prius.
fact
a
drive-
2011 Toyota Prius.
He drives the doorstop with wheels.
A-
No, that's so true.
it handles like a boat, and it's got great gas mileage.
And
Regardless,
it's great with the ladies.
It's
We-
great with the ladies.
I was like, me and Jack were hanging out, and Isaiah, right before senior week, because we just got all the booze. It was all in the car already. And the plan was the next morning, we would wake up at 4 o'clock, and we would go off to senior week. But we had a lot of booze, and I was hanging out with Jack, and Jack had some friends. I won't say who.
Yeah, we should keep that.
Yeah, we should keep that quiet. But we had some friends that were also in the same neighborhood as Jack, and they were like, hey, can we have some of that booze? They just wanted a couple beers or whatever. So we're like, okay, that's fine. We went to a park in the driveway. Like, it was like right next to their house.
Yeah.
And we gave them the booze, they gave us some cash, and we're kind of like packing, because we just opened it, like the cases were like all out. We were like packing it back in the trunk in the secret compartment. This car pulls in, and I'm like, oh, this is bad.
It was daytime too. It wasn't like at night.
Yeah.
It was just 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And so I look in there, and it's a cop. It wasn't a cop car, but I could tell because he had that like computer
Oh,
Yeah.
that's like, you know,
Yeah.
like
So
mounted.
he's an undercover
Dead
cop.
giveaway.
Yep. And we were like, fuck. We all haul in the car and drive to Jack's house. Thank God it was like, we were like right outside of your house from that park. Because we went inside and that cop's still lurking around the car.
Really?
Doing laps around
Doing
the,
laps.
the neighborhood.
We had to stay for like an extra hour or so because we were
Damn.
afraid if we got in the car, you would pull us over. And we had, I mean, it's like we said earlier, it's a Prius. We probably had like 80 pounds worth of booze in there.
Wait, was it not on
Well,
the
it
trunk?
was.
No, it was all in the trunk, but it was like sagging down a little bit, you know.
I mean, it was.
That's fine, but
It was literally two
Well-
30 racks of beer and 2 handles.
But I mean,
No.
like, if
You can't te- he can't technically-
he can't technically open your
You
trunk.
can't.
Alright.
open
Oh,
the
He
no,
has
trunk.
to. He has to be able to see it when he looked in the car.
Well,
to
he has to
match.
have reasonable.
Reasonable
suspicion.
doubt is us like
Yeah.
giving the girl
Yeah,
beer. So
that's true.
There was that, yeah. And they can always end up searching. They can always end up searching your car.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll bring the dog out. They'll do whatever.
Yeah, you've seen the
If they
stories.
think they're gonna, if they think they're gonna find something in your car, they will find a way to search it.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it.
You can't say like, no.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Technically,
What's your reasonable suspicion? I don't like you. Okay.
My one of my people I work with was telling me that he knew, or somebody, maybe it was someone in his family, older guy, was a cop. And what he would do when he would pull people over at night, he always worked the night shift. So he would pull people over, they'd roll down the window, and he would be like, "Good morning, sir, how are you doing?" And this is at night. So if the guy instinctively said good morning back, he'd be like, "Well, there it is right there. You don't know what time of day it is. I'm searching the car."
Oh my god.
Wow.
And he
That's
said
fucking
that it worked
That's
terrible.
fucked
all
up.
the time.
That's fucked up.
That's pretty good though. Like, come on.
That won't fly today legally, but
No,
this was
won't.
like 30, 40 years ago. That counts. That counts as suspicion.
Holy crap. That's hilarious
That is
though.
funny as fuck,
That's
though.
fucking shit. That's stupid.
It's so dumb but hilarious
That's
at the
so
same time.
real.
But yeah, so Isaiah,
Oh no, tell
pulled
this
over.
one.
we're at my house and we're getting ready to leave to go get wings at PJ Wellhands, which they make the greatest wings ever. Wing night is amazing. Every Tuesday we would go. So Isaiah is in his Mercedes picking me up. Peter's in the car, and we leave my house and he fucking hauls out of the driveway and whips down to the stop sign at the end of my street. When we get to the stop sign, a car turns out of the road before that, and it's a cop behind us. So we start, like, not shitting ourselves, but thinking, we're probably getting pulled over, aren't we? So Isaiah, he turns, goes down the street, stops at the next stop sign. The cop's right behind us. And this man's an idiot. He's sitting there like, technically speaking, you got to stop at a stop sign for 7 seconds before you can go.
No,
So
he's
now we're sitting at the stop sign like idiots, and the cop's right behind us. And
he's got his headlights in our ass,
yeah,
too.
he was right up there reading the license plate letter for letter,
What?
clearly.
Why would he stay
And we're
at a
like
stop
turning
sign
around and
for so
looking.
long?
So he goes up to the next stop sign after that, and the cop's still behind us, hasn't pulled us over yet. And he sits there for a little while too, waits for the car on that road to get real close so that he could whip out and cut that car off and hope the cop doesn't follow us.
That's dumb
That's
as
the dumbest
fuck.
shit
Oh
ever.
my
Dude,
God.
me and Jack are yelling at this
So
man
we
in
do
the car.
that, but when we whipped out of that stop sign, the cop kept an inch between the front of his car and the back of our car and hauled out with us and double cut off the other guy behind us.
Oh, that guy.
So at
got
that
some
point,
balls.
all of us are like looking out the back window at the cop. The cop can clearly see us doing that, and that's when it puts his lights on. We're just like, Isaiah, dude, we knew this was gonna happen. I can't believe you did that.
Oh my god.
But so now we're on a pretty narrow road. It's not the most narrow road, but as soon as the cop turns his lights on, Isaiah's just still driving. We're like, dude, you gotta pull over. He's like, there's no good spots to pull over on this road. I'm like, that is not up to you. You see the lights on behind us? You don't get to make that choice. Pull over right now. We get up, he pulls over into somebody's driveway behind a wall of bushes.
Yep.
So the cop can't see us after we pull over. This
What?
cop hauled behind us, slamming the brakes, gets out of the car with his gun in his hands, comes over, like
He's
circles
pointing his
the
gun
car.
at us.
He's yelling at us.
Well, to be fair,
Turn the
if
car
you go
off.
behind a bush and they can't see you,
Oh, yeah,
they have
no.
to assume
Open
the
all
worst,
the
like-
windows. Driver, keys on the dashboard. Step out of the car. Pulls him out into the road. He's like got his flashlight on him. He's got his gun right there. He's patting him down and giving him a lecture about how to get pulled over properly.
It was
Which
so funny.
should have been nothing new because this is like the third time this man's gotten pulled over.
Dude, wait a minute. Hold on. This is the third time he got pulled over, and when the lights were on, he's like, "There's no good places to pull over."
No. His
Yeah.
argument, I still remember it. He was like, because he grew up in New York City. He was like, there's no good spot to pull over ever in New York City, so you just pull in a driveway. And I'm like, what?
No.
No. I don't
'Cause,
even think
like,
that's how it works there.
We got a
Like,
lecture for that too. They were like, you don't know these people. You just upset these people because you pulled into their driveway.
yeah, no.
Those
I mean,
people
that
were
makes sense.
like
Yeah.
sticking their head out the window yelling, which is understandable considering
their
There's a
fucking
cop
house.
just came
just
into
chased
yeah.
somebody into their yard.
Jesus Christ.
But no, the worst is, that's not even the worst one. He told me one time that the last time he got pulled over before that, pulls over on the side of the road. This was a normal road, I guess, with adequate space to pull over next to it.
With great bacon
So
lots on the side.
He pulls over, the cop pulls over, and he sits there and waits for a little bit. And the cop, you know how when they pull you over, they don't always get out of the car immediately?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're still running your plate in there and, doing some checks or whatever. He took too long, so Isaiah thought to himself, what if this guy didn't want me to pull over here? Proceeds to pull out again and continue down the road to try to find a better spot.
This man is an idiot, bro.
Isaiah is a
So,
dumbass.
at that point, when the cop pulled him over for the second time in half an hour, he had a gun pointed at his face again. And yet again, completely understandable. I mean, if I was that cop too, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
I can't even blame the cops, dude. Like, this kid, Isaiah is like,
He's got a track record.
all good for
arrested him.
Isaiah, but
I never arrested
Wait,
him.
okay, so his reasoning is maybe this cop doesn't like this spot. And he goes to find another one.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to pull me over right
Why
here.
are
Maybe
you
he wanted me to
dumb?
pull
Like,
over
that's
up
stupid.
further.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Holy shit.
that's actually stupid.
And
That's
it's,
the dumbest
definition
reason
of
I've
dumb.
ever heard.
it's really funny too, because Isaiah's like one of the smartest people I know.
Yeah, no, he's a really
I hate
intelligent
ripping
dude.
on him, but he's like a really smart guy. So I couldn't believe this.
No, he's just always been bad with cops. Like, I don't know what it is.
Something about it.
He wants to make the life easier for the cops, so he thinks about their feelings.
No, there's a right way to get pulled over.
Oh my god.
Oh,
If
yeah.
a cop gets behind you, he's not like, oh, maybe I'll just sit here for a while and then pull out again later. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna
Oh,
wait for
shit.
you to make that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Stay in the
they'll
fucking car.
walk
Go
up
on
to your
Instagram.
car,
Like,
they'll go on the loudspeaker or whatever, and just be like, "Hey, pull up a little bit."
Oh.
That was a fucking hilarious story.
that's so funny.
Wait, so you've never had an encounter with a cop?
No, I've had encounters because
Okay.
I've gotten pulled over, but I'm
Okay.
just like, you know.
Never anything crazy.
Yeah.
No, I had one time where I was at Wawa, and this isn't crazy at all, and then the guy came up to me, and I was like, I just got my chicken fingers. Why are you coming up to me? Because I was about to pull out, and he was like, pull down the window. And I was like, okay. And he goes, your expiration date is off.
Oh.
And I was just like, No, I literally freaked out. I was just like, well, my dad does it. And he goes, oh, okay, just tell him to check it. And I was like, all right. All right,
thank
fair
God.
enough. And then I'm the idiot. I had 2 cops show up at my school for like a cop intervention day. Like,
Yeah.
And I looked to him, never say this to a cop. I go, wait, were you at my school? And he was just like, maybe, but like, I'm a cop,
the
dude.
fuck?
And I was just like, that was the worst thing I could have said. Bye. And then I like
you
rolled.
You said,
Yeah, I said, were you at my school? Because I remember him talking directly to me at school. Because I was still in high school at the time.
Yeah.
He's not a fucking friend, Chris. He's a
I
cop.
know. I realized
He's
that.
like mid pulling you over, and you asked him this.
Yeah. And he let me go. So, yeah.
Well, if you can get the cop to laugh, you're not getting it.
Oh, no. If you,
Oh, yeah.
If you
Yeah,
can
no, he
laugh,
kind of,
yeah.
no, he
right.
laughed. He was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got pulled over once on my way home from work. Got pulled out of the car during this one. But I'm coming up on a construction site where it merges into one lane, and my lane was ending. So I'm driving along, and there's another car in my blind spot behind me to the left. I'm in the right lane. So I look up and see the arrow telling me to get into the other lane. And I look over and I think, all right, let me slow down, let this guy in my blind spot go past me so I can go through this construction zone without getting tailed. Because at the time, I drove a Mini Cooper. So no matter how fast I was going, if there was someone behind me, they were tailing me because their car's bigger. They had, the big dick road energy. And so I'm slowing down. This car's not passing me. I finally look back up, and I am right there at the arrow running into the cones. I avoid the cones by like inches because I slam on my brakes and then get back into the lane. And I get into the lane, look at my rearview mirror, the fucking car's still behind me. It's night, so I couldn't see the car, but the headlights were back there. There was still the car behind me, and I was like, God damn it. Driving through the construction site, like, well, at least it's not a cop, because if it was, I'd already be on the side of the road. As soon as we get out of the construction site, the lights go on, and I was like, fuck.
Were you speeding at the time, buddy?
Yeah, I was speeding because he was real close to me. Obviously, now I know it's because he was a cop. He was trying to read my plate and run it and whatever. But since he was real close to me, I just kept going faster and faster and faster, trying to get this guy to stop tailing me. And by the time I got out of the construction site, I was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit in a construction zone, which was the first thing.
So bad. You can't do
The
that.
first thing the cop told me when he came to my car. The reason I pulled you over today.
Did you know you were going 20 miles per hour over the speed limit in a construction zone?
It's just, he was reading me that. He's like, I got you going 70 to 55 before the construction zone. I got you with potential reckless driving coming into the construction zone. I got you 20 miles over in the construction zone, which is double the fines and all that fun stuff. And I was just like, yes, sir. Yes. Okay. And then this is like a Friday night at 2 a.m. Something like that when I was driving home. So he thought I was high.
Yeah, no, they
yeah.
always think past midnight.
Yeah. I mean, he was
something.
just like,
Which is
you've
like
been
a
drinking
good
tonight,
assumption to
sir.
have.
No,
It's a
sir.
good assumption
You've
to
been...
have, but it's like...
And I fucked up again here because he goes, do you have any weapons in the car? And I hesitated before I said no because I usually have like a knife or something in my car.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I don't think I have it in here right now. So I said no. And he was like, why'd you hesitate? You didn't answer that question as fast as the other ones. It's like, I don't know, I might have had like a multi-tool with a knife in it, and I'm sorry. He was like, don't reach for anything. Okay, got it. All right, might have something. Cool. Whatever. And then he points at my vape, which is sitting in the cup holder. He's like, is there any THC in that? No, sir. He asked me that 10 more times throughout this whole ordeal to see if he could trip me up at some point down there. And then after a while, after talking to him, he's like, all right, I'm going to need you to step out of the car. I was like, well, fuck. Cool. Getting out of the car, he's like, are you sure there's no THC in that? And I was like, no, sir. I was like, but you can try it if you want. And there's no...
You said that to him?
I told him that, yeah, it just came out. Because he asked me like 5 times, do you want to try it? I can prove it to you.
You want to hit my vape, officer?
He laughed and he was like, no, I don't need to do that. And that's when I knew I wasn't getting a ticket.
Yeah, that's when you knew you weren't his good
He
side.
pulled me out of the car. He like patted me down too. He was like, "Can I pat you down?"
Probably
I was like,
because
yes,
of the
sir.
weapon thing.
Sure,
Yeah, I know.
whatever. You're welcome to do that. They gave me a sobriety test too, which almost got me just because the test was hard. He put a pen in my face and told me to get my eyes to follow it without moving my head. So he's moving it around in circles, but at the end he like put it towards my face really fast, like he was about to punch me in the face, but he didn't. He just moved the pen towards my face really fast, and I almost fell over. But then after that, he was like, "All right, have a nice night."
Oh my god.
And that was the end of it.
Wow.
I drove away.
Damn.
He didn't give you a ticket.
No, nothing.
Yo.
Whole construction.
He could have taken
That
my
cop
license,
was
man.
fucking with you, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
no,
no.
he literally that cop was bored at 2 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah, no.
and he saw you come home from work. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck with this kid.
He's looking at his like
And
blue
he
Mini
did.
Cooper. Ooh.
That was gold at the time.
I have,
Oh, it's gold.
I have actually never been pulled over.
I have.
Like at all.
Really?
I'm terrified because if I get pulled over, I get they're gonna say license registration, and I know it's in my glove
It's
compartment.
in your glove
I just
compartment.
don't know what it looks like. I never had to pull it out.
Yeah.
You might want to figure that out.
Yeah, that's a
should
good
figure that
idea.
out.
Yeah, exactly. But like, also, I'm here and I have a car, so like, when am I gonna figure that out?
That's
I've
chill.
been pulled over many a time. Not
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, he drives a Prius. He's crazy.
I got pulled over for racing in my Prius.
What?
Oh, you told me this. Yeah.
Yep. This was when I went to the beach. Do you remember Amelia and Luke?
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
remember.
gonna say his last name, but Luke from our high school.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
look from
I went to
high
the
school.
beach
Oh,
there,
I
know.
love
and
him.
this motherfucker is standing like we're in New Jersey, and it's like a 2-lane kind of like it's like one-way road, 2-lane one way. So we're like, we're on the beach, but like everyone there is very like chill as fuck. This guy with a doorless Jeep is looking at me in my Prius, and I'm just like what are you staring at? And he like takes off his sunglasses, gives me the middle finger. And I swear to God, and Luke looks at me. He's sitting shotgun, and he's just like, I think that fucker wants to race. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I think he does want to race, Luke.
That's what you put together.
Yep. And of course, the 2 girls in the back are like the voice of reason, like, don't fucking do it, you idiot. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's electric. It can accelerate pretty quick. We only have to go like 100 yards to the next light.
When you hit that power button, that
Uh-huh.
power mode. Yeah.
Yeah. So I floored it. We ended up ahead of him. But then I look back and I'm like, I see lights, but it wasn't for me.
Oh.
It was for him. He got pulled over, and then he pulls to the side of the road, but he keeps going and then pulls me over too. And then he goes to me first. He's like, you know that guy? I'm like, no. I'm sorry, officer. He's like, was he looking at you? I think he saw. Like, he must have saw.
Yeah, the Jeep flipped you off, probably. If it was a doorless Jeep, he probably saw and flipped you off.
And I'm just like, no, yeah, officer. Like, he was looking at us. And he was like, okay. He goes to there. He goes to the other guy. Comes back, takes down my name, and he's like, all right, that's a warning. And then just lets me go. I was so hyped.
He probably gave him a ticket.
He probably gave him a ticket.
Fucked.
Yeah. Because, like, it was obvious. Like, he must have seen him, like, looking at me.
Yeah, you don't give the middle
off
finger to somebody in a car. That's
Unless you want to race, pussy.
I mean, yeah.
I think he wants a race. Like, fucking gas starts playing in my mind. I'm just, like, flooring
I'm imagining,
Prius.
like, a drag race and everything, but then you say Prius, and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, like, how?
This was a soapbox race. That's what
Oh, yeah. Have you seen, it's like from the other guys, you know?
Yeah.
The guy in his Prius, and
Well, yeah,
he's, like,
because Jeeps don't
flooring
go very fast anyway, so. Jeep, Prius, you know?
I was
same
scared
acceleration.
shitless because I was like, I did that on purpose.
I'm sure.
Like, oh.
Yeah, no, this is what I was told, though, on the right way to get pulled over. When you get pulled over, you pull as far off the road as your car will allow you to do. That way the cop has a lot of room between your car and the actual lanes on the road. So he's going to be less on edge because he doesn't have to worry about cars running into him. That's step one.
Fair point.
Step two, roll all the windows all the way down. None of that
Yeah.
half down bullshit. Doesn't matter if it's raining or not. Roll
No,
those bitches all the way down and turn all the internal lights in your car on all the way. Take the keys out of the ignition, put them on the dashboard so that you cannot start your car easily. He's not going to worry about you fleeing. You don't have to worry about that. You keep your hands on the steering wheel the entire time. Don't reach for anything ever, even if he's not there. Because when he's not there, he's in his car looking at you. And even if you reach for your phone or do something, he's going to think it's possible that you're hiding something, moving a bag around, something like that. This is what I was told. And then when he asks you to get stuff like your license and registration, you tell him where it is, and you ask him if it's okay for you to reach for it now.
Yeah.
And as soon as you do that, that gets him every time.
Got you. So I stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I rev my engine, windows all the way up.
Take
Yes,
out my
and I
knife.
burn out.
And hotbox
And
the
then
inside of the car.
when he's about to walk up,
Take out
I
the knife.
go. That's
Yes.
what I got. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
And then see, you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no,
I'm
no.
fucking
That trick
road
actually
safety.
does work, where like you ask for permission. Because I remember one time I got pulled over, and he was like, license and registration. But I had taken my jacket off, which had my wallet in it, and thrown it in the back seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it okay if I go to the back seat and get my license? And he was just like, no, but thanks for asking. And then he just didn't even take my license and just let me go.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's more risky for you to take out your
Plus,
jacket.
the reason I got pulled over at all was because I was in a park late at night. So it wasn't like a huge deal. He just wanted to get me the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really care.
Yeah, because usually your registration and license, whatever, is somewhere where he can't see.
Yeah.
Like, I keep my wallet in the door, which he can't see. So if I reach down there, even though he just asked me to get my license
He
registration,
doesn't know what you're grabbing.
Yeah, he doesn't know that that's actually what I'm getting, which is understandable. You want to make their job as easy as possible for them, and they'll show you the same respect.
Yeah. No, our old wrestling coach was a cop, and he told us that exact thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
if you're a
that's who was
dick at
telling me.
all, they're getting you for every little thing ever.
Everything.
If you're rude to that cop, he's gonna, like, find the fuck
What's
out
that?
of
You didn't sign your insurance card? That's a ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that? You're not wearing shoes? That's a ticket.
Didn't call your mom in the last month? That's a ticket.
Left the toilet seat up, pussy.
Left
That's
the
two
toilet
tickets.
Jesus.
Headphones in, another ticket.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
That is
That
a
is a
thing,
big
though.
thing.
Yeah,
That's a big
it's a
thing.
It's a big thing.
I get pissed when
so's the
people
no
do that.
shoes.
I'm like, dude, you have a radio. Like, just
Oh,
Yeah,
Plug
also
something in.
connect your,
Through the
your
high
fucking
quality
phone.
you
speaker
connect your
system
phone.
in your
Yeah.
car that's better
we don't
than
live in
that.
1992. You're fine. Plug your phone in. You have a
You
cord.
don't even need a cord anymore.
You just
Fucking
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Like, what the fuck?
remember
Bluetooth adapter.
Yeah.
Great.
me and Lysander actually were driving from fucking. We went to New York together, and I picked him up on the way to Philly, and I like. Yeah. Anyway, I'm driving home from New York with Lysander in the car. We look over, right? There's a funeral car, and then we're like, oh, there must be a funeral, or whatever. It's one of those cars that holds the coffin. It's like really big.
The hearse.
The hearse, yeah.
Yeah, the hearse. And we look over in the driver's seat. the motherfucker is texting and
Yep.
driving
Yep.
No.
in a
Yeah.
fucking. Oh my god! I was literally like, he's not gonna have to go anywhere when he crashes. He's just gonna shove him in the coffin. Like,
he's already in the same spot. Move him to the back seat. Get
That's the most ironic thing.
like,
I've
thank
ever
God you're
fucking
already on the
seen.
way to the graveyard, you freaking idiot! Like,
Yeah,
oh my
that
god!
shit pisses me off.
I was like, what?
Yeah. No, my mom's like that sometimes. Like, me and my dad have yelled at her a bunch, too, because she,
Oh,
like, goes
yeah.
on her phone at stoplights. I'm like, no, you fucking just wait till you get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
they're-
it's not
they're
that hard.
Using the stoplight
I get
excuse.
that. Yeah, I get there
We're
at a
at
stoplight, but, like, you're still driving.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's with your parents, but my parents have this like conception that if they don't answer the text then and there,
Yeah.
it goes away. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
no.
What?
No,
Like, you know, it's still there
My-
in the format. Like, you can text them when you get there.
Huh?
my
And they
parents
also have
aren't.
Siri. If you want to do Siri, just
If you have to.
if
yeah.
you
If
really,
absolutely
if
have
they're
to.
like, hey, your sister died, like, then
What?
that's like a have to circumstance.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing, though. If it's important, they're going to call you.
that too.
That's a
Like,
fair
they
point.
are going to call you.
If you don't answer the text immediately,
Exactly.
They'll
So
call
any
you.
text that doesn't get immediately replied with a call, it's not that important.
Yeah.
But no, my mom and dad does not do that because my dad's actually super tech savvy. Like, he's built a bunch of computers, so
Yeah.
like he knows how technology fucking works.
Yeah.
So like he's not gonna go, oh, the text is gonna be gone. No.
Yeah.
It's fucking,
Yeah. No.
So yeah, no, my mom's like that too because she's obviously IT guy. So I mean, she works for Comcast. She knows exactly what she's doing when it comes to texts and like technology stuff. I never have to like do anything for her
Yeah.
like that. My dad's good. He used to not like iPhones a lot because they were like and first off, he doesn't really like big business anyway.
Yeah.
But like, and he's like, Apple's tracking me, that type of shit.
Damn straight they are.
Yeah, no.
What
but,
not tracking you these days though?
Yeah.
Like, you can't really get out of it.
So, I mean, but besides that, like, my parents have been obscenely good with that stuff. Like, they're always, I've never had an issue. But
Here's a huge misconception. So, you can't drive drunk, right?
yeah.
You guys know that?
Yeah.
You know what else nobody is able to do? Drive high. That's not a thing. No.
I don't know why everyone says they can,
They love
bro.
to say they can,
No,
and every person that's ever said that
I don't get that.
that's
It makes
then
no sense.
driven me somewhere has been awful at driving.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I got a story to tell you, my dude.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
God.
that's
So-
fine. I'm just saying you're impaired. There's no way around it. You cannot
Okay.
drive.
Yeah, okay, so this one night, I was driving, and I was dropping people home. I may or may not have been, high. So, the only things I remember about that night are pulling out of my friend's driveway, and I had like 3 other people in the car that I was dropping off at their houses in different locations. I remember that, and pulling into my driveway. And that's all I remember.
God damn it. This is why you
Alexander.
shouldn't drive
All
high.
I remember.
That's not
But
good.
I made it.
That doesn't mean
That's
it'll work
not
that
an
way.
excuse.
I don't
every
understand that.
time.
No, because like if you, depending on your alcohol tolerance, like if you're like 25 and you drink a beer, you should be fine, and it's been like an hour, like you should be good.
Yeah, you probably don't have anything after an hour.
No, you should be fine. But I don't understand the conception of like when your friends are like, "Oh my God, you drank 1 Bud Light," and then the other guy is like, "Yeah, I just took 4 rips from a dab pen. I'm fine to drive." But like the
Yeah.
guy that drinks Bud Light, no, not him. It's like, no,
I had
you're still
one
high.
single Bud Light 3 hours ago, and you won't give me my keys.
And you
But
just
this
got
guy
high.
just came in from hitting Jeeves, and he's about to run to Wawa for everybody.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
It makes no sense.
Like, he can't walk. This guy speaks in complete sentences.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I don't understand it. We have some people that we have to yell at about that.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Yeah,
we're not
several.
we're not letting you out. Like, no, give me your keys, bro. Like, don't be an idiot. Oh God. Luckily, drunk driving has been demonized enough now, where it's like nobody our age would think of it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
'cause you
we're
either get-
all pretty in
We're not
agreement.
stupid.
You either
I
get
think
pulled over or you die.
I've heard
It's
of
two.
one person ever doing it, and even then, it was like we all flamed them up when
Yeah,
they did it.
you have to.
No, it's like a
I know what
hated
you're
thing
talking
now.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
You gotta
Yeah,
say
but
that.
I don't understand why.
You gotta
I
vote
go
most
on,
right
no,
now.
I go on, no.
But that's why I don't understand why that doesn't carry over to another drug that does the same thing, gets you fucked up.
It does get you fucked up.
Yeah, it really should be transferred over.
I'm not denying that. I'm
good.
just telling you about an experience I had.
I mean,
or
I'm sure
didn't
it's
have.
Or
possible.
didn't have. No proof.
You could have done it hammered and gotten home. You know, there's a chance that it would have worked out the exact same way.
Yeah,
It's true,
I was
yeah.
gonna say. I don't understand. Like, oh my god, what is it? Like, if you're a bad driver, like, oh, you got there okay. I'm like, really? Are you sure we got there okay, pal?
Physically, maybe. Mentally, I don't know.
Did we just think of the same person?
Yeah, we thought the same.
No,
thing.
good. I didn't want to say it. I
Did
don't want
you
to say
think
it.
that person?
Why? Yes.
I know some people
Quack
like
quack.
that.
Quack quack.
Quack. But what's it? Yeah, no. You know who drives like a freaking madman? Dan, our friend Dan.
Yeah, I hate Dan.
Yeah, fuck Dan.
Fucking
Do you know
Dan,
what I mean?
dude.
Tantan.
We don't know
Believe
Dan.
that.
Yeah, me and Chris don't
We
know
don't
Dan.
know Dan.
Yeah.
But we know a guy, and he's the nicest guy ever. He's so calm, very
Wait,
collected.
did you say his full
Yeah,
name?
he's
Yeah,
very.
you're gonna have to censor that.
Apparently, you're a good driver.
Yeah, apparently I am.
That's
No.
what I've. I've heard that.
He's
I have had moments.
nearly as bad as some people.
No, but I will not lie. I've had moments, especially remember whenever I'm driving with you guys.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yep, the red light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Where like
The
it was
red
like I
light.
just realized it was a red light and I just hit the brake. We like almost hit somebody. Anyway,
It's funny though because we gave you a ton of shit for that.
Yeah.
But then I blew a red light in Wildwood
No, you
one
just-
time, and everyone was just kind of like, oh, "All right, that was a red light. We just drove through it. Cool, whatever."
yeah,
That's funny.
our Uber driver ran through a fucking stop sign.
Yeah, he did.
We were like, huh?
Yeah, that Uber driver was.
He was just
awesome.
blasting
He
the
was
baby.
lit as
He was
fuck.
blasting the baby.
But he was a terrible driver.
He was a terrible driver.
Eh,
but-
better than most people we know.
Yeah,
That's
true.
Quack quack.
Fuck.
No,
Yeah,
I
no.
had one really bad moment one time driving out of my friend's neighborhood, and he's got a really windy neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on a straight part, and I'm like, all right, I'm driving real slow, 25 miles an hour. I'm like, all right, now's a good time to plug my phone in since it's straight for a little while. I look down, plug my phone in. Right as I'm about to look up, the car goes boom. I look up, there's like 6 inches of snow on the ground, and I am like 10 yards deep in this man's yard.
Oh my god,
And
you
so
never
I-
told me about this,
I
Jack.
caught it right then and there. I like whipped it and drifted through his yard, back on out to the road. Got to the end of the road, immediately called my friend. I was like, "Dude, you will not guess what I just did."
Is this in Pierce's neighborhood?
Yes.
Yep,
it's in
I remember
Pierce's
that because
neighborhood.
every time I would drive to Pierce's house, I'd look in that man's yard. He's got tire marks, like all in this
'cause it
motherfucker's
snowed.
yard.
So for like the next month, you could see it.
Because it was like nice mud, you know what I
I
mean?
want
Like,
to know what the people in the house were thinking. They just came out one day and saw that their yard
You whipped
was
out
like,
Fast and Furious style.
He Tokyo Drifter.
He
I
Tokyo
don't
drifted
know.
that ass.
And my car was entirely fine too.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
the coupe.
Yeah, and it was lowered too. It was only
Yeah.
like 3 inches off the ground.
I have a story about what my sister did one time.
Oh, God.
So, we shared a car at this point. It was a Kia Optima. I want to say 2016. I don't know. The year doesn't matter. The years don't really matter.
It's a car.
But we were going out to buy my dad a Christmas present because he really wanted a drone.
Okay.
So we're all ready to go. We're in the car. She hits the garage button and lift it up, and then immediately starts backing up. She runs into the garage from the inside.
Oh my god.
I'm like, you dumbass! They don't go up immediately.
Did-
It's a
did-
garage door.
Did the garage door like?
Oh yeah, no, it bent out.
I'm
The
sure.
garage door
so
was bent
wild.
out. My dad
Car
was
into it.
pissed.
Oh
I
my
walk
God.
into the house. I'm like, look what she did.
No,
'Cause I was just in the passenger seat. I did nothing.
Yo,
You had
that's-
nothing to do with it.
That's funny.
You had nothing to do with it.
That's actually happened to, Jake from
Yes,
wrestling.
I was thinking
Yep.
the same thing.
Yep.
Yep.
He was like pulling out, like he was
I hate it.
he was facing towards his garage, so like, and he was like gonna reverse out and then like pull out. It was like a little
And he
back.
was like late for practice too, so he was rushing.
Yep, and he instead of putting it in reverse, put it in drive, and immediately floored it and went square through
Oh my god.
his garage door. He
Right
showed
away.
up to practice, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my! We flamed him up. He was late, and like he's a really good wrestler, so he was like never late ever. And our coach was like, "What the fuck? What just happened? Like you're late." And then he told the story. It was awful.
I remember one time I drove my friend home from school and I went into her driveway, and I'm like on the edge of it because her mom's car was in front of me. And I like dropped her off, and then like you know when you drop someone off and then you like go on Instagram or like Spotify for a minute or so.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking down. You know, no one's gonna hit me, obviously. And then her mom gets in the car with my friend, and she starts backing up. And I'm in the driveway, and there's like probably like 4 yards between us. And I'm still on my phone, and then I kind of looked up and saw her backing up, and I was like, oh, she'll probably stop. You know, she's smart. And then my friend was like looking at her like, Mom, stop. And she was like, what are you talking about? There's no one behind me. Because she probably thought like I left.
Yeah.
And she hits me. And I kind of just like jolted a little bit, but my Jeep has like a thing in the front that most Jeeps have. So it didn't really do anything to me. And she got out of the car, and I just opened the window and went, you know, I've never been hit by my friend's mom before.
Are you serious? Oh my god.
And because she felt really bad, I just thought I'd make that joke. And she would like offer me food and like stuff. And I was just like, no, it's okay. Like my car's fine. Is yours good? And hers had like a dent in it, and I was just like,
Sure did. Yeah.
You didn't take the food?
That bash bar.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You didn't take the food? It's
Bro,
free food.
She's bribing you.
Yeah.
You take the food.
yo, it was the weirdest. Like,
Or
I
you
was just
sue.
like, man, you hit me? Okay.
Either
sure.
you make a mean meatball sub, or I get my lawyer.
Oh man.
Yo, I've had terrible snow accidents in the Jeep though, because the Jeep has 2-wheel, 4-wheel drive. It doesn't have all-wheel drive. Remember one time it was snowing like crazy, and I forgot to put it in the 4-wheel, so it actually like doesn't hydroplane.
Yeah.
And I turned into the street, and the snow's probably like a few inches on the ground already. And I pulled into the street, and it's a very windy road, and my car kind of just like slides, and I don't have control anymore. And I'm like, this is when I die. I literally had that thought. I was like, this is it. I hope I'm listening to a good song. It's okay. And it like hit the curb, and I felt the car like lift a little bit, and then it just like slid back on, and then I like could get control over again. I was just like, and I sat in someone's driveway, and I was just like,
yeah, you need to take a breather.
Okay,
After close calls, you do need to take a breather.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
fact.
because you
That's
get
facts.
like your heart races. It's scary. It's fucking weird.
Dude, the snow is brutal.
It will.
is, yeah.
No, but sometimes rain is worse.
Remember coming back
Because
from the
of
beach
other
house?
drivers,
Oh my God.
maybe.
Oh my god, no, when me, you
Coming
and
back from the beach house
Oh
in
my
in Philly. Oh my
Oh.
god.
that bridge.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
no.
That bridge
I was
Yeah.
behind
Yeah,
you guys for that
yeah.
drive. That
No,
was
we
brutal.
were on a
you just saw like
bridge.
a giant black cloud
Yeah.
slowly
No,
creep
Because
over
it
us.
was sunny, and then I took an exit, and it was just like going
No,
through
the
a
moment. The reason I remember this so heavily is because when it was sunny, we were listening to "Take Me Home, Country Road." And just like beaming to it, and then when it ended, it literally just got dark, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "It's supposed to rain?"
Take me
Like,
home.
Country
Road.
and then a giant black cloud.
that was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Dude, I was driving one time. I was going from Sea Isle to Ocean City in New Jersey. And we were in a Jaguar, which is rear-wheel drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think you told me this.
yeah.
So we start driving, and I'm with my friend Isaiah again. And it is torrential downpouring, lightning, thunder. We're in beach towns, so everything's flooded.
Yeah.
And having the rear-wheel drive car does not make it easy on wet roads. So we're driving. It took us like an hour and a half to get there, and it was only supposed to be like a 30-minute drive. But I refused to pull over and wait. Because I was like, if we do that, we're going to sit there for half an hour. It's still going to be raining. And then we're just going to get home later and still traumatized. We're just going to keep going now. We go, make it all the way there. We finally stop. And then a weather alert comes over the radio. And the whole time, we probably maxed at like 15 miles an hour. The weather alert starts describing the storm and goes, and it's moving at 15 miles an hour north. 10 minutes later, it stopped raining. That was it. The whole storm was gone. We followed the storm from Sea Isle to Ocean City.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
At the
God.
same pace
Dude.
the storm was going.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You were just
Okay.
in hell.
Speaking of storms, coming back from winter break, I was on a cruise. So I flew from Florida to Georgia, which is like a 45-minute flight, like literally the shortest flight I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a storm literally crossing the United States, like in a line. I was stuck in that Georgia airport for 6 hours.
Oh my god.
I got home at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That sucks, bro.
It was ass. Like, oh my god.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
feeling. Because when you get off the plane, you immediately have the thought of like, okay, I'm gonna go home.
No, but then I had to call an
Down the
Uber
couch.
and then wait 20 more minutes to get back home.
You may as well have just drove at that point.
With what car?
I don't know.
I was flying back to Philly.
You could have walked.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll call you, Jack. Hey, Jack, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Can you drive me to my apartment?
Come on, Jack.
Sure.
Yeah, Jack might say yeah, to be honest.
It's like, if you give me Applebee's on the way there, hell yeah.
I'll take some Applebee's.
We were just talking about Applebee's at the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
But yeah, no, that was the worst experience I had in the airport.
Yeah,
6
that's
hours.
that's pretty
I was
brutal.
talking to this cute girl though. She goes here.
That's
Never
good.
seen her again. I have not seen her
man.
again.
You didn't get any contact info?
Nah.
You should have, bro.
Dude, you gotta
should've.
invest in the long con. You
Yeah,
can't do that
Yeah, no, I was gonna say.
without some contact
Roll
info.
credits.
I hate
Roll
you so
credits right
much.
here.
Roll credits. He said the long con.
We're never having you on as a guest anymore. All right?
All right.
It's a. There's 3 of us. We all have to vote on it.
That's right.
Jesus.
But yeah. I didn't do the long con. Maybe I'm still doing the long con. If I see her again, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
airplane girl.
Extra long
Airplane
term.
girl. What is her
Airplane
name?
girl.
Her name's Zoe.
All right.
Zoe.
I thought you just remembered her as
Yo, airplane girl.
I was like, that might be dicey. You might not get her.
Yeah.
Yo,
I
I
know.
saw you in an airport once. Well, shit, that narrows
She
it
like
down.
turns around.
Oh, that airplane girl. That's me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I know him.
I was just like, no.
Hey, what if it works?
If a girl came up to me and was like, airplane boy, I'd be like, what? Who are you? Like, get out of here. Like, I don't know you.
I would do this.
No, I'd be like, airplane boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, I forgot what school she said she goes to. Like, what her major is. I know I asked that. I don't remember what she said.
Man, you are
Well,
playing the
it's
long
been-
con.
Okay, you really don't like her.
Long
All right,
enough, you could
yeah.
probably ask again, and it wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, true.
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot what your major
It's
is.
all part of the long con. It's fine.
Jesus. All right, and to wrap it up, that's gonna be it for the Long Con episode 5. And if you want to reach us, we're at the Long Con on Instagram. You can subscribe to our channel if you want to be a person.
And I'll put Chris's email in the comment section.
Yeah, email me. I love getting emails.
Have you been emailed yet?
No, I haven't put it in.
I want to be emailed. Okay.
You want me to actually put it in the description?
Put it in the description.
All right,
Make
fuck
it-
it. I
make
put
an
it in the
email
description.
especially
Smash
for it.
that like button if you want to like us, or you can dislike us if you don't like Jack and don't want him back here. Please,
God damn it.
please
You're
do
gonna
so.
dislike the video, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, that'll wrap it up.